Hello, goddesses.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
How are you?
I'm well. I'm sitting here with golden flowers behind me on a relatively cold winter's day.
Yeah, it was really hard to get out of bed this morning. I was like, oh, it's so warm here.
I know.
And
And
we don't have it that bad for compared to some of you. We know.
no, everything being relative, it's rather balmy here at 40 degrees,
Right, right.
but that's okay. That's okay.
So we are now working with a new goddess this month. Yay!
Yay. She happened to be the first goddess that we were working with uh, during our first retreat, as I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aphrodite.
hmm
We love her,
Yeah.
the goddess of love.
Mm. Sensuality.
Yeah. Uh, so she's one of my favorites.
hmm
I think she was the one that kind of got me interested in the goddesses and in the way that we've been exploring them. So
hmm
she is her energy has been a gift to me
Mm.
in many ways. And I don't know. Do you want to just jump right into her story and what she's about?
Why don't
Okay, fabulous.
bring it on?
Okay, I'm going to read a part of a poem, and then we'll go into a description of her. So this is a Homeric poem, although it was not written by Homer, but it is in the style of Homer. She is the moment when body knits to body and the world flowers. She enlivens everything: plants in the meadow, the ocean's fish, animals hidden in the forest, birds tumbling on the wind. She's our darling. She who under the wheeling stars makes all thing blossom and bear fruit. At
Mhm.
her approach, storms clear, dark clouds dissolve to blue, sweet earth and all the oceans smile, and her light dances brilliant through the flourishing world.
Mm.
All right. Yeah. So, like I said, this was a Homeric hymn, not written by Homer, but it was in that Homeric period in Greece. So that was like the type of lyric poetry that people were writing then. So that I don't know that there is anybody particular who wrote that they've identified, but
Right.
Aphrodite, and I'm reading from our the Goddess Path book that we've been following lately. Aphrodite rules physical attraction. It's too coarse just to call her the goddess of lust or even sex, for physical passion can stir us when we look at splendid art or at nature's magnificence. Nor can we simply say that Aphrodite is the goddess of beauty, as we define it today, a checklist of visual attributes. Although I'm going to or say a little something that she has been depicted as having perfect symmetry in her features, which when you talk to modern day aesthetics and all that, they attribute beauty to that symmetry. When you're looking at different pictures, people will often identify that one person as being beautiful because they have
Right.
symmetrical features. I don't know. Anyway, that's an aside. If Aphrodite is not these, who is she? She's served by handmaidens called the Graces, and sometimes she's called the Chief Grace. I was wondering, it was interesting how one of my words for this year is grace. And that is her secret. She is the goddess of gracefulness, of that which draws us to be closer, of whatever pulls us nearer to itself.
Mm.
She can be found in the fragrance of summer rose, or the brilliant night sky, or the curving bodies of entwined lovers. She is a mythic symbol of all that binds us together with each other, with our world and the cosmos. And it goes on to describe her a little bit more and what her myth is, but we'll explore that in the coming weeks
Yeah.
for this month. But she is the goddess of beauty and love. But like I just read, it's not the love of creating home and family. It's not the love, it's the other types of love that we have been exploring with the goddesses. She is all that is sensual of the senses and the bringing of the beauty, things together, and the beauty of that, and that which excites us and wants us to join. And sensuality is all of those things.
I kept hearing joy.
Yeah.
It's about what brings you joy, essentially, is what I feel speaks to me whenever I think of Aphrodite. Is I think of, okay, if we if we hone in on visual aesthetics as the point of beauty, that is only one part of the whole, right? So for me, it's about what are the things that when I'm involved in them, I experience joy. I experience this sense of loving myself so fully and completely because I'm radiating out that what I am, exactly as I am, is in divine order and perfect as it is, right? And that is a long lesson. A long lesson of and I'm continuing to navigate it, because what I was taught to believe, and I'm not saying specifically my parents, I'm talking about society as a whole, but what we're taught to believe as beautiful, as sensual, is not the truth, because that's only one aspect of beauty. That's only one aspect of sensuality, what someone looks like. There's so much more to it that invokes this feeling of joy, of excitement, of ecstasy,
Yeah.
And so it's kind of tapping into those aspects in your life and creating more space for that. And loving yourself where you are, exactly as you are, because you are beautiful exactly where you are.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence that you mentioned joy, because one of her attributes or her symbols is gold and golden. She radiates that gold light. And when you think gold, I think yellow, and it's a joyful color, I believe, at least for me. So when you see the sunrise and you see that beautiful gold ball arising, and things that bring you joy are things that attract your senses. And for me, sensuality is the senses, is how it feels, how it tastes, what evokes that ecstasy in your body, in your energy. Think about that, your first love, or that person you were just first infatuated with, and how you felt. It's like, nothing can go wrong. Everything is right. Your world is fabulous. Those feelings that you get.
But it's like whenever you are doing something good, that's good and healthy and loving for yourself, and then people are like, oh my gosh, you look so...
You radiate. Yeah.
Radiate, like that glow that you're referring to.
Exactly.
I think about that. There's a glow that comes when we're enjoying our lives, and we're doing things that essentially we're walking around feeling like I'm in joy, all the time. And I think that when we tap into those sensual, sensory, inviting experiences, then that radiation, that light becomes even more expansive and brighter, right?
Yeah. And who doesn't love to be in the presence of someone who's in joy, who's
Mhm.
enjoying life, who's enjoying themselves and celebrating that? And you just can't help but feel that
Mhm. Mhm.
energy. So when you are in joy, it's just it's a good feeling for others as
Mhm.
well.
Mhm.
Or if maybe you're really in a bad space, you probably like don't. I don't know. But we hope that none of you are in that spot where you would not be open to expanding your joy.
Well, and so if we look also at the energy body, the sacral chakra is the representation of a lot of these same themes
Right.
and ideas that Aphrodite represents, joy, sensuality, um, doing things that, when you look at the archetypes for the sacral chakra, you have the martyr and the empress or emperor, and the empress is a goddess. She's just like, bring it to me, whatever it is that I
Let me get
want.
my crown. I am the queen.
So this month, I think where we find we're going to guide you is to step into creating more joyful experiences through what you eat, through what what you do, whether you want to go for a walk or go for a dance or paint or whatever, just finding that joy and inviting it into your life more. So as we break down the weeks, we'll drop into, once again, the altar creating for Aphrodite. We'll drop into tools and journaling prompts to help you open up your awareness to what more joy you could create in your life, and ultimately integration. Once again, like, what is it that, how are we living what we're gaining from this beautiful goddess energy?
Exactly.
So we look forward to hearing from you how you are experiencing this journey with Aphrodite, and we will be sure to put out some questions and hope to hear back from you.
Yes. Yes. Happy Aphrodite. May she bring you joy. Thank you, goddesses.
Thank you. We will see you all next week.